Dear Amanda, the picture you see right behind me is a sister to my grandfather who came from Norway. He never met her because she was born after he left. And though we corresponded, they did not ever see each other. I guess the reason that the picture was taken behind me is that her home had been broken into by a couple of addicts who thought that she had money or drugs in her house. And that is why they broke in the first place. And she did get roped around a little bit. And it was an article in their newspaper there, which I haven't been able to locate. But they took this picture and a few others after the robbery. And there was an article in the paper about it. There are some other pictures that were taken by the reporter that shows her sitting on a little stool dressed in her fishing clothes. And I'm understood that this lady was quite old when she went skied downhill to get her groceries. She was up on the mountainside from the main farm. But since she didn't stand to inherit anything, she wanted to live by herself. So she did in this little cabin. Well, I guess it looked like a house, but actually it wasn't much more than what we would call a cabin. And it was so small. She had a tiny kitchen. I guess we'd probably call it a pantry. Probably just wide enough for someone to sit down at a table in. And then there was a living room attached to it. And I believe this was the picture that we got off the wall in her living room. Let's see. Oh, I was saying she skied down the hill to get her groceries. And I've always wondered how she got them back up, because she would have needed these people to go up. So we have concluded that she wore a backpack. How else would you ski groceries up a hill unless you were pulling a sled? Anyway, she was quite old when she did this. I believe she was 86 when she slid down that hill the last times. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the other room in her house. There was a little wooden stairway that wasn't much more than a ladder. And she slept in the room that we call the attic. And she had her bed on the floor in that attic. But I don't think at that time I would have been able to get myself in that little attic, and I was probably 30 years younger at that time. But it was one of the highlights in our trip to Norway. And the place, the town she was living in was, what was it, Bergen? No. Oh, shoot. I'm missing it at the moment. But she lived in this little town in an even smaller area called another thing I can't remember. But you better get this down in paper pretty quick, or I won't remember anything at all. So that's about it, Amanda. If you want some more information, you'll have to call Margie, because she is the mother lode. She's got all Mom's things. So I'm sure you'd find more if you wanted to know. So that's about all I can give you today. Maybe tomorrow I'll remember.